Welcome to the Miller Waste 2025 U Sports Women's Hockey Championship on CBC. My name's Adam McGuire alongside McCaw Cup champion Paige Rinn and sideline reporter Sarah Saeed as we get set to bring you this U Sports quarterfinal matchup. Quarterfinal number 3 as the Bishop's Gaiters face off against the UBC Thunderbirds. It is a packed school day crowd here this afternoon on a beautiful Friday early spring, late winter in Elmira, Ontario, Woolwich Memorial Centre and the Dan Snyder Memorial Arena. And Rinner, an electric first day as we see the seedings here. The bracket already blown up a little bit. 5 and 8 are through into the semifinals. Bishops and UBC will try to punch their ticket this afternoon.
Yeah, it's been an interesting one so far. Obviously, we saw number 8, the Waterloo Warriors, defeat Alberta last night. And coming up, we have some more interesting matchups.
Yeah, this afternoon, obviously, Bishops and UBC, as we look at the tail of the tape before we get to the final quarterfinal tonight between UNB and Toronto. The record's a little disparate, to say the least. UBC was the last team to be ranked number 1 in the national poll before the playoffs. Bishops wasn't even in the top 10, but a march through the RSEQ playoffs for the Gaiters and their first appearance here at Nationals with a conference championship means that they're a dangerous team. They can score, which is what UBC has done all season as well. As you can see, 107 goals for, led by the National Player of the Year, Grace Elliott.
Yeah, Grace Elliott, she's rallied up some awards so far this year. 2024-2025 Bodrick Trophy for U Sports MVP Player of the Year. Here, she's had a very dominant offensive season and put a lot on net for the UBC here.
Yeah, she has carried the load for a UBC team that scored a ton. Bishops, though, also one of the top offensive teams. 3rd in goals per game with 3.57, led by Maud Pepin. 20 games and 27 points, including 14 goals for Bishops. So it'll be a high-octane offensive matchup between Bishops and UBC. You'll want to come back and catch Puck Drop. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
Le sport en direct sur ICTout.tv. 100% énergie. 100% gratuit. Votre meilleur plan de match pour voir des performances exceptionnelles sur l'appareil de votre choix. C'est ICTout.tv.
At Miller Waste, we're proud to sponsor the 2025 U Sports Women's Hockey Championship. There is lots of trash talk on the ice. At Miller Waste, we talk trash every day. We serve over 2 million Ontario households weekly, transforming more than 175,000 metric tons of recyclables and organic waste into reusable resources. Proudly Canadian, family owned, always driving hard to the net. Let's make a difference. Game on.
This is a call to empower, to unite, and to celebrate the bold in all their glory. It's time to own the ice. Are you ready?
just about set to go inside the Woolwich Memorial Centre for quarterfinal number 3. The Bishops Gaiters and the UBC Thunderbirds. And Rinner, as we mentioned off the top, this is the first appearance for the Gaiters. It's a brand new kind of feel for them, a brand new environment for them. They were second place in the RSEQ in the regular season. Were able to top Montreal, who has been a stalwart at these tournaments, in the first round, and then a huge upset, 2 straight wins after going down a game to the defending national champion Concordia Stingers to pull off the RSEQ title. So now, what do they have to do to try to settle the nerves? You were on a Waterloo Warrior team last year that had a similar path, albeit a much more gradual one, where Waterloo was one of the top teams in the country, but it was your first experience. So how do you settle the nerves here in minute number 1?
Yeah, I think, as you said, a new experience for Bishops being at this tournament, their first national appearance, and I think their program's very much in development. They have a young team. Obviously, Gabrielle Santerre got U Sports Rookie of the Year last year, as well as another Bishops player this year, so very young team. I think just shaking off the nerves, getting comfortable, and doing what they've been doing all season here.
Yeah, meanwhile, UBC has made 7 appearances in the last 11 seasons. They have yet to win the Golden Path Trophy, though. They've got 2 medals. As going wide, and a sharp angle shot is fought off there by Elise Hugens, and I think the post came off its moorings as Elise Hugens makes her first save for UBC.
Yeah, Hugens has had been their default in net so far this year for UBC with 20 games played, and she's only let in 22 goals against in the regular season. Very stingy, 1.13 goals against average. So Bishops is going to have to rely on those offensive leaders if they're going to get a few past Hugens here.
Yeah, Hugens is also the Marion Hilliard Award winner for U Sports Community Service. Does a lot with minor hockey out west, as well as in the classroom, and as you mentioned, Ritter, on the ice, one of the best in the country. Off the draw, Vignal Sargent tries to spin it towards the front of the net, but in back of the UBC cage, this is Meadow Carmen. She gave the puck away, and now marching down in front, Marjorie Boldu just shot it high over the crossbar. Puck knocked down with a high stick, but played first by UBC. It's back out to center ice. Laforme to the near side, Garreau. Through the middle of the ice, it was in the feet of Vignal Sargent, and now back away are the Thunderbirds. Sandilands chips and chases herself. This is Corrine Sandilands. She's pinned into the end boards. Puck is loose and in the feet, now taken away. Annika Lafreniere will crank it out behind her own net. Here's Reagan Garreau. She's under duress too. Sandilands in on the forecheck. Forces the turnover. Bassi in front of the net and couldn't get a shot away as she drives to the net front. Erica Gagnon gets her first touch as the Bishops goaltender freezes for a face-off.
Bishops quick to clear out any traffic in front of their net, but Bassi with a very quick stick to redirect that pass out from the corner on net and almost snuck it through the legs of Gagnon there.
Early goings here, still less than 90 seconds as both teams try to settle into their first game of this 2025 championship. Naomi Cote will dump it on in for Bishops. Pepin was there looking for the loose puck. First team RSEQ All-Star, second team All-Canadian, as this top line for Bishops looks to make hay early on. There's Santerre, the Rookie and Player of the Year last year. A tremendous first season here. Represented Canada in the FISU games as well. Here's Santerre. Santerre's shot deflects in front. They score! It's Maud Pepin. Just like that, the top line for Bishops gets them on the board.
Maud Pepin, the fifth-year education major from Pont Rouge, Quebec, scores her first of the tournament and puts the Bishops up 1.
14 goals in the regular season. Second team All-Canadian, and Rinner, we talked about it off the top line for Bishops. You know, Bishops may be a surprise entry here for a lot of folks, but they have proven throughout this year that they can score with the best of them. They're the third top scoring team in the league. in the country, pardon me, and when they score in their wins, they average 5 goals per game. So a good start for them as UBC looks to try to bounce back now. Bettenall is upended. The top line for the Gaiters has them flying here early on. Now they're looking for more. Here's Brassard. Brassard in on goal. Couldn't get it towards the front of the net. Brassard centers it again. And Ashton Thorpe's going to skate it out of harm's way. Thorpe now leads the rush for UBC. Thorpe goes wide. McCallum was in behind the net, but she's cut off as well. Angelique Paget will circle behind her own goal and has the breakout started. Emily Brassard will fire it in as Bishops gets a full change. Meadow Carmen in behind her own net. UBC still hemmed in a little bit. Kepler is back for it with the forecheck pressure. Rolling puck shoveled on from the point. It bounced though on Laforme before she could get a good shot away. Now Garreau at the line. Garreau back to the point. Bolduc's shot is wide of the net. Bishops has really carried the play here in the first few shifts. UBC would like to get their legs going. Bettenall back into her own zone, and now the breakout for UBC. Mia Baird. Baird with it now on the offensive zone attack, but it's back to the line and out. Baird, no stranger to these parts. Her brother Nate is a member of the Waterloo Warriors men's hockey team. He had a great season before it was cut short due to an injury. And now here come the Gaiters. 2-on-1 maybe. In front. Oh, what a stop. Elise Huggins. Highway robbery on Naomi Cote. What a save. That's the best one we've seen so far through a day and a bit here in Elmira. Santerre now tries to kick it up to her stick. Thunderbirds are going to find the puck, and Jalen Morris is going to try to settle things down. Lead pass, it's in behind Annalise Wong, and back come the Gaiters once more. Turcotte couldn't center it. Back behind the net, Naomi Fontaine, RSEQ All-Rookie team member. Bounces back down inside the Bishop zone, though. Erica Gagnon in behind the net. Sets it up for the breakout. UBC's going to try to apply this forecheck pressure again. Broken up, and Lafreniere on the right wing side cuts to the middle. Lafreniere tries to make a move. Unable to do so. Back to the line it comes. Now a shot on there from Fontaine was kicked away before it got through to Huggins. Little backhand between the legs pass attempted there by Lafreniere, but it was broken up. UBC back on the attack. Annalise Wong. Thunderbirds with Elliott now on the ice with Wong as they look to try to equalize. Carmen at the line. Carmen wrist her, and Elliott couldn't get a stick on it on the far side post. Bishops is able to clear the zone finally. Lafreniere is going to just rip it. Funny bounce off the end boards, and Huggins had to be careful with that. Out to center ice, Garreau inside her own line. Little one touch on Vigneault Sargent. Head of steam on the right wing side, her shot. A good shot block there from Meadow Carmen. Thunderbirds trying to settle into this one. 1-on-1 here. Kordic has it swept away from her. And Vigneault Sargent at center ice. Turns and makes a move and gains the line. Vigneault Sargent's shot deflects off a stick. And Huggins tracks it down. Tested early, Elise Huggins.
Vigneault Sargent is chomping at the bit there, and she's had quite a...
Take a look at that save again, Ritter. Yeah. Oh, what a stop that was as Huggins went post to post and got the pad down.
That was beautiful. I was just going to say, Sargent with 2 goals and 1 assist so far in the postseason, so she also knows how to put it away for the Gaiters here.
Absolutely, as this one's icing against UBC. Tremendous stop from Huggins just to keep this a 1-goal disadvantage for her Thunderbirds.
Yeah, she really has been the backbone of this team so far, and program history, she's setting a lot of records for the most wins in the season with 18, and also career wins. She's 58 in total, so setting some program records for the Thunderbirds here.
Maybe a 2-on-1 here if they hurry. Ashton Thorpe, though, backhanded it in, and puck got away from her. Bettenall went to the front of the net. Now she'll try to pull it out of the massive bodies in the far side corner. To the point, Morris. Near side, Gaskell fake shot, on to Morris. Jalen Morris cycles it down low. Mackenzie McCallum lost the puck there, and Bishops has it back through center ice with Daphne Boutin. Content just to dump it in and get a change are the Gators. Here's Baird. Puck is still loose. Bettenall tries to funnel it towards the front of the net, fanned on it, and down with the paddle is Erica Gagnon, who will freeze again for Bishops.
2 UBC players on the ice. Gagnon will leave her crease to distance herself a little bit from the extracurriculars. UBC not having much sustained pressure, offensive pressure here. They haven't been able to maintain possession. Bishops really dictating the pace of this game so far.
Yeah, UBC 107 goals, a plus 73 goal differential. Bishops a plus 2 goal differential this season. But the Thunderbirds really unable to generate anything so far here. Still only just down the one, though, thanks to Huggins and her brilliance as Santerre picks her way out, makes 2 nice moves and gets some room at center ice. On to Cote. Naomi Cote. Gabrielle Santerre couldn't get it towards the net front. Pepin was there as well, but she's going to get a change. Has all kinds of firepower on the ice with UBC's top line led by Grace Elliott. Kept in by Perrier, but only for a moment as Garreau tries to work it out. Perrier now was able to hold the line once again with the help of Baird. And back behind the net, Garreau. Baird on the forecheck. Garreau's going to move it quickly. Fontaine, little one-touch. Lafreniere back to Fontaine. And the Gators, just like that, are back in the offensive zone. But just ahead of the play was Page, offside the call against Bishops.
Yeah, Adam, back to that Bishops first line, just to really hone in on how young they really are. Cote on the left wing is a first year. Obviously, Gabrielle Santerre, second year, rookie of the year last year in U Sports. And then as well on the right wing, Pepin, who...
Yeah, Pepin in year 4, so still has an eligibility year left, but yeah, they are a budding program, that is for sure. Santerre, a huge get for them, obviously last year as the Rookie of the Year and the Player of the Year. Over a point a game in her 2 seasons. And likely point total would have been higher this year, except she had to miss some time to go represent Canada at the World University Games. Bolduc now tries to center it. That one's turned aside as UBC starts to get into the passing lanes. Bassey's going to try to reach for it. And Sean-Reed Bassey couldn't work it to the net front. Back comes the Gators. Shot wide of the net, deflected off the stick of Vigneault Sargent. UBC back on the attack. Sandilands gains the line. Bassey in front, just wide, off the end boards, and it was pounded off the side of the cage. That was UBC's most dangerous looking chance as Santerre makes a move and comes out at center ice. Santerre on the left wing side, still with it. Gabrielle Santerre all the way through 4. Thunderbirds finally will play it down in the deep corner. Pepin tried to center it. Unable to get a glove on it there was Huggins. Santerre keeps it in, only momentarily as she takes a check from Mackenzie Cordick. Thunderbirds gain control once more, and Sean-Reed Bassey at center ice will poke it ahead. Unable to get it in deep, but this will be a break for the Thunderbirds as they needed a change. Icing is the call against Bishops here as we approach the midway point of the period.
We'll see some Bishops players get dragged back out onto the ice who tried to sneak off on that delayed icing call. And another defensive face-off here for the Gators.
Another look here at the stop on the rush from Gagnon. Shot was maybe just wide and dove back to Gagnon, but the rebound off the side of the cage as Bishops dodges their first major bullet. Off the boards, here's Thorpe. Tried to gain the line with Bettenall. Fontaine is there though and stands it up for the Gators. Back out to the neutral zone comes Bishops. Lafreniere. Nice little move at the line. Lafreniere, one-time shot from Fontaine was wide of the net. Back to the line, another shot. Hits the bodies in front, knocked down, and UBC's away. Cassandra Bettenall in deep, but cut off there by Garreau. Reagan Garreau, the third-year psych major out of Carleton Place with a great defensive play. Works the puck on and up to Naomi Fontaine. Noemi Fontaine was cut off. And back into the neutral zone, the puck pounces. Elliott through the middle of the ice, tries to touch it in. No icing. They'll say that Elliott made contact. Elaine Michaud turns away from the pressure. Page now under duress. Thunderbirds tried to engage the cycle. Jacqueline Fleming's pass was cut off. And Page behind her own net has Boutin. Daphne Boutin on ahead and rolled back into the UBC zone. Stolen behind the net. Propomatitis, easy for me to say, couldn't control that bouncing puck. Here's Elliott. Off the boards, Elliott couldn't control it. Elliott now back on the attack. Elliott tries to center. Off a foot, and Santier is back as the two most recent U Sports Players of the Year exchange control of the puck. Inside the UBC zone now and flipped out to center ice. Perrier tried to get it past Garreau, but she cut her off, and Perrier has to get back at neutral zone to get the puck in deep. Cote. Now a lead pass too far for Santerre. As Bishops changes behind the play, Laforme. On ahead, Pepin. Unable to control that one, and it's going to be the length of the ice, icing the call against UBC. So now the Thunderbirds trapped on the ice here after the icing call, and Bishops is going to try to take advantage of that.
Shots so far, unofficially 6-2 for Bishops. Slightly out of character here for UBC, who in the regular season was averaging about just over 30 shots per game. So they're struggling to get the offensive tilt going here.
Off the face-off, the shot deflects over the glass and out of play. And that will take us to our first break. Bishops with the early lead thanks to Maud Pepin. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
Le sport en direct sur ICTout.tv. 100% énergie. 100% gratuit. Votre meilleur plan de match pour voir des performances exceptionnelles sur l'appareil de votre choix. C'est ICTout.tv.
This is a call to empower, to unite, and to celebrate the bold in all their glory. It's time to own the ice. Are you ready?
CBC Sports is home of the University Sports in Canada. Catch the gold medal game of the 2025 Miller Waste U Sports Women's Hockey Championship Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern. CBC Gem at cbcsports.ca. U Sports on CBC. Champions are made here. So UBC continues to lead 1-0, and UBC continues to trail 1-0, and Rinner has finally have the Thunderbirds generated some offensive zone time, but not much yet in way of dangerous chances in front of Erica Gagnon.
Yeah, for UBC, it does seem like every offensive chance has come in or around from Bassi, number 21 on UBC. So looking to see her out on the ice a bit more tonight.
Yeah, Shanrit Bassi with 32 points. One of the all-time greats in this program's decorated history. Would love to finish off her career with a U Sports Golden Path National Championship. Here's Garreau at center ice, will step up, but Kordic chips it past her. Kordic, sharp angle, and Gagnon has it. Maybe had a bit of a 2-on-1 developing, but Sandilands caught an edge, and Kordic just had to rip it sharp angle. Gagnon met it cleanly on the short side.
Bit of a different view here. Unfortunate break for Sandilands. I'm sure she would have loved to stay on her feet, and there would have been a great pass right across the slot there.
Off the draw, UBC controls. Shot from the point by Pepler, knocked down. Bishop's trying to clear out to center ice, but no further. Ripped back into the Gator zone. Laforme. Turn back now through the neutral zone. Grace Elliott, the player of the year. Elliott's shot. Tried to sneak it along the ice. Gagnon picks that one up as the crowd develops again in front of Gagnon.
Gagnon been tested a few times tonight or this afternoon so far. 4 shots on net. Not much traffic from UBC here. It seems like she's been able to track them all the way through, so not many challenges on her yet so far.
Yeah, kept to the outside for the most part have been the Thunderbirds. Boutin with the outlet pass. It's stolen though, right at the line. And now Alain Michaud has to work to get the puck up and out. Turning away from pressure, Fontaine. Boutin gets the breakout started. Turcotte goes far side. Fontaine. Drop pass, but no one was there. And now a rush for UBC. Maybe 2-on-0, 2-on-1. Now a 3-on-1. Puck carrier Bettinall. In front it comes, loose in the crease. Off the post, and maybe a great save from Gagnon as well. Came across and had the pad down. Back the other way, the Gaiters, and a shot there right on from Boutin is held as we go end to end. Both goaltenders making 10 bell saves. That 3-on-1 developed slowly at center ice, and then the centering pass in front bounced into the crease.
Yeah. Boutin proving why she received U Sports Rookie of the Year this year. She was the lone Bishop's defender that laid down flat on her belly to block that pass, and then single-handedly got up, skated down the other end of the ice, and got a shot off. So taking the game into her own hands there.
Yeah, the 3-on-1 really broken up by the defensive play of Boutin. Back to the line, a hard shot there was wide from Cameron Johnson. And Grace Elliott back on the puck. Swarmed, though, by 2 Gators. Turned the puck over. LaPlante inside of her own line. Far side to Misswagen. Just rolled it back down to the Bishop's zone, and Gabrielle Rousseau patient behind her own net. Page circles back with her. Grace Elliott tries to intercept that skate out, but sidestepping there is Rousseau, and up ahead it comes for Cote. Cote, one move, now a second. Cote, little drop for Santerre. Santerre, wrister, rebound in front, Pepin. Tried to shovel it home again on the rebound. Nearly a carbon copy of her first goal of the game. Santerre back on it at the top of the zone. High slot, her shot stopped and steered into the corner by Huggins. Weathering the storm are the Thunderbirds thanks to the brilliance of Elise Huggins. But Bishops comes close to doubling their lead. Now Santerre drops again for Vigneault Sargent. Puck along the half wall, right at the line, as UBC tries to work it out. Santerre is there. And finally, it rolls back into the Bishops' territory, and icing is the call against UBC here at exactly the 16-minute mark of this first period.
Hewen being tested, challenged quite a bit down there. We see a lot of scrums in and around the net. Another thing about this rink is that the boards are very bouncy, so if some teams cue into that, we might see some plays where they intentionally hit it off the yellow at the bottom of the boards there at the back just to pop it out in front of the net.
Yeah, funny bounces for sure are part of this arena's charm. Vigneault Sargent, we saw a bounce like that lead to a Concordia goal yesterday afternoon in the first quarterfinal. Centering it in front there was Bolduc, but no one was there for the Gaiters to pop it home on the near side post. Aya Healy can't work it out of the zone, kept in by Bishops. Meadow Carmen back behind her own net. Breakout try there from Pepler is stood up again, but it does bounce out to center ice, and Johnson is on it at the red line. And she will drift one wide of the UBC net. Gaskell couldn't get the puck out of the zone. Shanrit Bassi as well, slow to get up for UBC is Sandilands, but now she's back on her feet, and a 2-on-1 again for UBC. Kordic drags and fires. Oh, what a block. Rebound in front, they score! The shot block ricocheted off those lively end boards, Rinner, and Karine Sandilands equalizes for the Thunderbirds.
As we just talked about, Adam, it was off those bouncy backboards again, but great job sticking with the play. Sandilands, the fourth-year kinesiology student out of Winnipeg, Manitoba, equalizer for UBC, and we have a 1-1 game here in the first period left, or first period still.
7 goals in the regular season for Sandilands. Mackenzie Kordic tried the curl and drag to get a shot away, and it was a tremendous shot block, but those lively kick plates on the bottom of the boards, as predicted by you, Rinner, just moments before, that plays a factor in that one as it comes right back to the short side of Gagnon, and she couldn't shut it down before it was shoveled in by Sandilands. Cote now, she'll chase in after the puck. Garreau at the line will come back down through the hash marks and send it in front. No one was there though. Pounded off the boards but not cleared by the Thunderbirds. Santerre. Cote's shot and a great stop. Square to that puck is Elise Huggins, who made the save as Naomi Cote looked to pick the top corner.
Bishops not letting that equalizer goal from UBC take any wind out of their sails, as they are still chomping at the bit, looking to regain that lead that they just lost.
We have a good one on our hands this afternoon, as Elaine Michaud off the opening face, off the face-off there. Now Michaud back at the top of the zone. Her shot blocked. Back to the line it comes once more. Boutin couldn't play it down low, and it's cut off as UBC tries to get the rush going once again. Thunderbirds have found a little bit of success here generating off the rush. And we saw the 3-on-1 that was broken up by Boutin. Now a long lead pass for Elliott as they try to get on the rush again. Their goal, of course, from the rush as well. Fleming, she's upended. Hard into the end boards. Coming out in front of her own net there was Vigneault Sargent, and that'll draw the first penalty of the afternoon here. Bishops will go to the power play late in the first.
Bishops so far this year on the power play, they went 15 for 84 in the regular season, so 18%, and not as much success in the postseason. 2 goals out of 19 attempts. They are up against one of the best penalty kills in the league here. Nationally, they're tied for 5th. UBC is. So we're going to have to see what the Gaiters can put on here, if they've been got any tricks in their playbook.
Yeah, almost 92% for the UBC penalty kill, and right away they get a clear. Bishops, for all their offensive firepower, their power play just at 17.9%, as you said, Rinner, not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but not among the league leaders. Santerre goes wide. Santerre back to the line. Boutin. Rousseau back to Boutin. Boutin's shot. Oh, that deflected and didn't miss by much. Under a minute to go here in the period. Boutin just about pulls it all the way down. Now Cote, far side, centering pass, and Pepin couldn't knock it home. Boutin at the line. Boutin, cross ice. Not able to get a good wood on that was Rousseau. Pepin, back to Boutin, switches places with Santerre. Now Rousseau, her shot blocked, fearlessly in front. Another shot from Boutin, that one stopped. Got all the way through to Huygens. And finally cleared the length of the ice and out. Thunderbirds get a clear from Niswagen. That will do it for period number 1. 37 seconds will remain on the power play for Bishops when we resume play here. Shots after one period, 10-6 in favor of the Gators, and they got the game's first goal as well. But UBC with a bounce back, nodding us at 1 after 20 minutes. Pretty entertaining first 20 minutes there, Rinner, as both teams kind of went back and forth.
Yeah, it has been eventful. It's been interesting to see the two different styles of play from the different leagues, obviously.
Yeah, first time these two teams have seen each other, and of course, we'll take a look here at some of the highlights from the first period. This is the first Bishops goal. It was the Santerre shot, and Papin on the rebound. It was a good, hard, low shot from Santerre, and Huygens didn't have much of a chance there. And then the beautiful pass and stop there from Huygens, who's been outstanding. Let's send it back down to Sarah Saeed on the sidelines.
And with the head coach of the Bishop Gaiters, Valérie Bois. Coach, what an amazing start to the first period with that Mo Pepin goal. What did you do right there?
Actually, yes, it's a very good first period. We have a couple chances at the net. Our physicality right now, we do really like that, and we want to continue to do that. Continue to skate them, keep our physicality stick to stick, and with all those kids here, like, it's tough to hear behind the bench, so the ambience is very nice. So we want to continue to have a lot of energy, use our fourth line, like all our lines. So yeah, we want to bring that in the second period again.
What's the message to the team to keep the momentum going and get the lead back?
Actually, just continue to play our OZP, all five together, because at the end we were trying to be like more individual play, which we don't want. We want to play all five together in every zone. So we're gonna try to come back with that in the second period, all five in each period. Yeah.
Thanks, Coach. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Sarah. So, Bishops and UBC knotted 1-1 after the first period in a really entertaining quarterfinal number 3 between two of the top teams in the country. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
Let me guess. First claim with us?
Yep. Here we go.
We checked your coverage, and we're good to go.
Oh, we'll see.
TD Insurance is the only provider with auto centers that handle your claim on site.
Sure.
We'll do your repair.
It can't be this easy. Can it?
And your rental car, too.
Is this a dream? Am I wearing pants?
Advisors, repairs, and rentals, all in one place. If you were expecting drama, you won't find it here. TD. Ready for you.
We're coming to you live from the Woolwich Memorial Arena. Proudly built by Malou Blamey Construction. Your community builder, supporting charities and local events. That's what we do. Come cheer on these U Sports Women Championship rising stars and be part of the action. See them, be them. Proud supporters of local champions, Malou Blamey Construction. We'll see you at the rink.
This is a call to empower, to unite, and to celebrate the bold in all their glory. It's time to own the ice. Are you ready?
Hey, U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Welcome back to the 2025 Miller Waste U Sports Women's Hockey Championships. As you look at lovely West Montrose, Ontario, here in the region of Waterloo in the township of Woolwich. Bishops and UBC knotted up at 1-1 after 2 periods of play. And we saw the dominance early on of Gabrielle Santerre, the National Player of the Year from a year ago. We can hear a little more from Gabrielle here in the first intermission of our third quarter final. We will throw it to our U Sports Champion Spotlight, brought to you by PepsiCo Foods Canada. Gabrielle Santerre in this edition of the U Sports Champion Spotlight. We sit down with the Bishop's Gaiters star, and we'll learn about the legacy she's building with the purple and white, as she's already built on that legacy with this primary assist on Bishop's first ever goal at the National Championship Tournament. UBC, though, made sure that they answered back. Gabrielle Santerre, though, is one of the best in the business. We'll hear more about her coming up right now.
I'm a hockey player. I've been playing since I was 4 or 5 years old. I'm doing a lot of other sports too. I love golf. I love flag football. But I really like to hang out with friends. I'm studying psychology in school too, so I really like the mental side of sports. I started to play hockey with boys hockey. I think it's really when I switched with women's hockey that I saw my potential and that I really set myself some goal and that I wanted to go higher in terms of level. So the main reason why I chose Bishop is because it was a young program and I wanted to build that program and bring it to the tops. Also, the value and the culture of the program really resonate with me. I'm so proud of being here. I'm so proud of being part of the program. I'm also really proud to play in Canada, to play in my country. I had the opportunity to go NCAA D1. I visited a couple university there. Playing in your country, having the chance of staying close to my family and building something here that aligns with my value and that I want to just continue to build that culture and building a winning culture. I think it's huge for me and I'm just so grateful to have that opportunity each day. So I'm trying to make the most out of it. I'm doing a major in sports studies and a minor in psychology. Later, I would like to mix both and become a sports psychologist. I'm working with one in particular, and I think it's really helping me a lot. One of the reasons why I performed that well so far. I think a lot of people put that aside, but for me, it's a major reason of my success. And I think more and more athletes are starting to realize the importance of being in a good state of mind to perform and just being confident, being in the present moment. During the pandemic, I didn't know what to do, so I started reading books, and I wanted to read books about sports performance and just how to be the best athlete I could possibly be. Since then, I'm just really passionate, and I think I saw the improvement in my performance too. So it's just really something that I want to continue to research and improve myself. A feeling that you have for yourself, it's not really about the outcome or whatever, but just the feeling that you have that you gave everything, that you were true to yourself. I think a lot of people put emphasis on the result of if you win, if you lose. The personal feeling that you have with yourself, are you satisfied? Did you feel like you gave your all, and do you feel like you were prepared enough? And if the answer is yes, then in my head you had to say so.
In Woolwich, it's 1-1 between the UBC Thunderbirds and the Bishop Gaiters. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
Hey, changemakers. Change it up. Turn ideas into action. Passion into purpose. And questions into real solutions. Because whatever path you choose, here, you'll make an impact and get ready to change the world. Make your change. Discover your story at Waterloo.
This is a call to empower, to unite, and to celebrate the bold in all their glory. It's time to own the ice. Are you ready?
Feel every hit, goal, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline, immersing you in the game like never before, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. We deliver unparalleled simplicity and tailor-made digital broadcasting solutions crafted to make you feel every moment in a way like never before. Our passionate team ensures your message reaches audiences reliably every time. Proudly Canadian, we bring a touch of innovation and our passion to the world stage. ISI Live, be there.
Hey, U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Oh, aussi bon que Messi. C'est pas aussi mauvais que la cigarette, ça?
C'est juste une vapoteuse.
Fais-toi pas d'illusions.
Vapoter, c'est jouer avec sa santé. Brise l'illusion.
At Miller Waste, we're proud to sponsor the 2025 U Sports Women's Hockey Championship. There is lots of trash talk on the ice. At Miller Waste, we talk trash every day. We serve over 2 million Ontario households weekly, transforming more than 175,000 metric tons of recyclables and organic waste into reusable resources. Proudly Canadian, family owned, always driving hard to the net. Let's make a difference. Game on.
U Sports on CBC, presented by les championnats U-Sport à Radio-Canada, une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada, Nike, Fox 40, Theraburn Medical Supplies, Les Bagues Baron Rings, BioSteel, and by et par les systèmes Miller Waste Systems.
Welcome back to the Miller Waste 2025 U Sports Women's Hockey Championship on CBC. Adam McGuire and Paige Rin with Sarah Saeed on the sidelines. After the first period, 1-1 the score between UBC and Bishops. As we take a look at some of the highlights here, Rinner, the first goal created by that top line of Bishops.
Yeah, we just saw a rebound there by Pepin. As you said, a first shot by Santerre to put the Bishops up 1 pretty early on in that first period. Obviously, we know UBC came back and got the equalizer. But yeah, Pepin, very successful season so far. All-Canadian this year as well, and 5th nationally for goals. She netted 14 this season, regular play, so looking for a bit more out of her here too.
Yeah, and then bounce back from Karine Sandilands as we see the first period scoring summary. Pepin for Bishops, just over 3 minutes in, and just under 3 to play. It was Sandilands with the answer. 10-6 Bishops leads the shot on goal tally, Renner, and I thought the Gaiters did a really good job of settling their nerves and getting pucks on net, especially in that first 12 minutes or so.
Yeah, absolutely. They've also done a really good job at holding BC, who, as I said before, they averaged 32 shots per game, so to only see them get 6 in one period is uncharacteristic.
First period stats, as we mentioned, just the one power play for Bishops. It's still ongoing. Just 37 seconds left in that one. In a relatively clean played period. And we heard head coach Valerie Bois talk to Sarah in that first intermission two-winner about Bishops trying to make sure that they're using the puck and the speed of the puck to exit the zone and transition, not the speed of their feet, and trying to play kind of one-on-one. She wants to see them move the puck quickly. That's really where they got their success on the counter, as they stood up UBC several times at the Bishops blue line and turned things back the other way. That generated most of those 10 shots. That'll be assuredly part of the plan for Valerie Bois and Bishops. Now, I'll put you on the spot though, Renner. If you're Graham Thomas and UBC, you've been to this tournament a lot. You've had great success in Canada West. You were the 3-time defending Canada West champions before this season and the upset from Alberta. So how do you get, if you're Graham Thomas, your Thunderbirds back on track, even though you're still tied 1-1? How do you gain back control of the game and the pace?
I think one way to settle it down and take the game back into your own hands is to sometimes apply a rule of thumb when you're coming out of intermissions like this. So something generally like you got to make 2 passes before you put the puck towards the net, just because I don't think we've seen much passing plays from UBC here. We've seen a lot of odd man rushes where they've been forced to the outside and forced to take maybe not a great angle shot, not individualistic, but individual efforts to get UBC in the offensive end. I'd love to see them move the puck around a little bit more. We see Bishops hitting a lot of those cross-ice passes. They're looking for the garbage goals and just getting in around that blue paint. We haven't seen that much from UBC, so settling it down, moving the puck, relying on your teammates, and just finding that chemistry.
Yeah, that will be a big part of the game plan here for the Thunderbirds. They're the 6th seed in this tournament. Bishops the number 3 seed. Of course, the top 4 seeds in the national championship are all the 4 conference champions. The bottom 4 seeds are the conference finalists and the host. In this case, it's both the Warriors, the Macaw Cup finalist and host. But we did see so many upsets in the playoffs across the country that the bracket doesn't necessarily look like we expected to, or doesn't match up with the top 10 list from before the playoffs. UBC was the number 1 ranked team all season. That number 1 spot was either UBC or Concordia. They're the 5th and 6th seeds in the tournament as we're back underway. And it's ripped right away into the UBC bench. It caught Sophia Gaskell and shaking out her hand as that one was tried to be cleared right away off the face-off.
A little bit of friendly fire, maybe just making sure her teammates are awake here on the bench, trying to get everyone into it. So we'll see a defensive face-off for the Thunderbirds.
To the line but not out, kicked in by Daphne Boutin. Boutin has it back from Santerre. Boutin down low, Cote. Cote tries to rip it, sharp angle, and it's going to be stopped and held there by Huggins.
It was a very sharp angle and quick release on that one. She just about ripped that one over the shoulder of Huggins, but reaction time on number 35 in the blue and yellow, too quick for that one.
A good stop as Bishops tries to test Huggins once again. UBC gets a chance to clear off the face-off. Long got it down into the neutral zone, but it's back inside the Thunderbird territory. Long once again will try to clear. Fleming turns and fires, and that's the end of the penalty. Baird is back out of the onto the ice, and back onto the attack is Long. Trying to center it, it was behind Baird, and now maybe a run for Cote here alone. Cote in on goal by herself. Oh, what a stop again. Elise Huygens, a glove save and a beauty. Keeps this game tied at 1. Mia Baird now behind the net. Baird pulls up. Baird cycles down low. Kordic. Kordic shot, that one. A good toe save from Gagnon as the goalies go save for save. A really top-notch stop at each end. Now Bolduc circles off the half wall. Bolduc couldn't get it towards the net with any speed. Bolduc got it back though, and we'll go back to the top of the zone. Laforme tipped right on goal and kicked away. As for Patametis, got that one towards the pad of Huygens, but she kicked it away. Now another shot in front, in between the legs of Huygens, but she'll track it down and make the save. I don't think Huygens saw the puck, but it was underneath of her as the deflection nearly tricked the UBC netminder.
Yeah, Bune Sargent getting that shot on net there. She was standing alone in front. I didn't see many UBC defenders around. UBC looking a little bit like they maybe didn't realize the penalty kill was up as they were zone defense, boxing it up, very passive, letting Bishops run around the outside with it, and consequently we see Bishops get a good shot on net.
Jamie S. Propotamatis with the original shot, the Ottawa native, former Ottawa Lady 67 in that now U22 Elite League that's given so many opportunities to high-level players in Ontario. Here's Grace Elliott now. Elliott, the player of the year, in on goal, stopped. What a save from Gagnon. 2 breakaway saves early in this second period. How's that? 42 points and 22 goals barreling down, and Gagnon didn't blink. Now Santerre. Santerre in front. Paget. Pepin centers it, but no one was there. Rousseau off the line, her shot blocked. Elliott's going to break the zone again, but Wong doesn't have a passing lane, so she'll just gain the line herself. Elliott pokes it in behind the net. Grace Elliott couldn't find the puck though, and it's Rousseau that skates away from her. Rousseau lost it in her feet, couldn't clear the zone. UBC on the attack, and a sharp angle shot on the one-timer came from Ashton Thorpe, but it was high and wide. Misswagen back down low. UBC pushes back. Santerre, the captain of the Gaiters, will try to clear the zone and will out to center ice. Misswagen here on the near side. Tanisha Misswagen gains the line, shoots it in. And Gagnon thought about playing it, but instead will just take the face-off and the whistle in some intense action here in the first 3 minutes and 7 seconds of the period.
Yeah, UBC maybe looking like they talked about their offensive forecheck a little bit, as we are seeing some more sustained pressure and some more support for that first person in on the forecheck, and they're able to maintain the puck in the offensive zone a little bit longer here.
Maya Healy will be waved out of the draw. Boutin to the far side, Laforme. She can't clear for the Gaiters. Kept in by Gaskell. Her shot wide of the net. Now on the near side, Jalen Morris. Brings it around for Maya Baird. Mia Baird knocks her check down. That was Lafreniere, but Bishops is going to get the puck, and Lafreniere now will skate it out to center ice. Tries to make a move, but cut off by Perrier. Anna Perrier shoots it right back in. UBC gets a wholesale change as Bishops now hemmed a little bit on their side of center ice. Daphne Boutin waits to develop a breakout here. Fontaine, cross ice pass. Lafreniere, 1-on-2, poke check neatly, and Mackenzie Kordic will send it up back up to center ice. Unable to get the rush going, Healy. Turn back again as we play ping pong between the two blue lines. Bassi chips it in, lets Sandilands, the goal scorer, chase in after it. Sandilands wins the race and centers it, but the pass was in behind Kordic. Turcotte, she'll gain the line and try to fire it, but it's deflected over the glass and out of play. Might have been offside before that anyway. No, they're going to say just straight out. And no, offside is the call. Take a look at those two breakaways back to back. First Cote and a great glove save from Huggins. And then Rinner, we talked about it. How about this? The player of the year barreling down from center ice. And Gagnon with a great kick save. Back underway, in behind the UBC net to the line. Michaud is going to try to fire it towards the goal. Elliott, little one touch, too far for Wong. Can Wong beat out the icing? Michaud in a race, and Michaud will win it. Icing the call against UBC.
The ice was 15 feet longer. I think Wong might have got there, but yeah, we'll see that one get called an icing, and Bishop will do a full line change here.
Yeah, and they're going to come right back with the top line. Santerre, Cote, and Pepin.
This line for them, along with Rousseau and Boutin on the back end there, they tallied up just under 50% of the full team's points.
Here's Elliott in the rush. Cut off there by Boutin, though, so she had to try to fire a shot high and wide. Boutin now, she'll lead the rush back for the Gaiters. Boutin swept it wide, a funny bounce off the end boards once again. Elliott couldn't chip it and chase. Seen two rushes here by Grace Elliott. Unable to cash on either of them, so Bishops has to know that the chance for the league's leading scorer might be coming. In behind her, this is Elliott, who will just backhand it in and go for a change. As Elliott and Boutin come together in front of the UBC bench. Santerre corrals, but has it swept off her stick. Laforme follows up on the play, has to wait for Bishops to get onside. Laforme gains the line. Gators need to change, though, so back behind the net it comes. Ashton Thorpe couldn't clear the zone. Reagan Garreau, had it knocked off her stick. Garreau back up to center ice. Lafreniere hauls it in, but a delayed call is coming here. Tripping penalty will go against UBC, so Bishops goes back to the power play here. Guilty party, I believe, is Ashton Thorpe, the fourth-year art student out of West Kelowna.
Yeah, I believe she got one for tripping. I'll see if we get a replay here, but Bishop's back to the power play for the second time this game.
Yeah, right along the half wall in the neutral zone. Thorpe got the stick into the skates of the Bishops forechecker.
UBC so far this postseason, 0 for 11 coming into the tournament, now 0 for 10 coming into the tournament, now 0 for 11 on the penalty kill, 100% in the postseason so far, so looking to keep that going here.
Cleared down the zone right away. UBC is able to get a clear. Power play for Bishops did not look dangerous in their first try, and now a steal behind the net by the Thunderbirds. Jam play at the side of the cage, and Fleming couldn't get the shot away. Now Bishops is away 3-on-2, led by Lafreniere. Lafreniere cuts to the middle, backhand pass in front, and another great save. Elise Huggins, dynamite in the Thunderbirds net.
Lafreniere with eyes on the back of her head to make that pass, as we see on the replay. No look, backhand behind the back pass to connect, and they almost connect with the back of the net on that one.
Off the draw again, UBC is going to get a clear. This is Misswagen. She'll chip and chase past Boutin. Boutin pins her there along the halfway of the end board wall. Dug out by Santerre. And forced back behind her net is Daphne Boutin. Through the middle of the ice. We don't have ice time stats, but Boutin will be well into the high 20s by the end of this one, maybe even higher. Shot back in here by the Thunderbirds as only 47 seconds and counting remains in the Bishops power play. Daphne Boutin Still on the ice, has been for the whole power play. She'll take it wide as Pepler sweeps her into the corner. Cote. Now cross ice Rousseau from Santerre back to Boutin. Santerre, her shot scores! What a rocket! Gabrielle Santerre, 2-1 Gaiters.
Gabrielle Santerre, the second-year sports study major out of Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu, Quebec. Gets her first of the championship, her second point, the assist on the first goal, and she will give Bishops their second lead of the game, 2-1 here, just about halfway through the second period.
And that ignites the crowd, the traveling group of Bishops fans, a great group of purple-clad supporters, as well as some of their newest fans, school-age children from the area who have adopted the purple and white. They have the lead back on the power play goal from Santerre. And now looking for more of the Gaiters. Careful at the line is Michaud to play it in deep. Now Michaud couldn't hold the zone. Kordic couldn't get to the loose puck, and now it is out through center ice, but cut off before Shanrit Bassi could find it. Now Bassi steals. Bassi in on goal, and a great stop. Once again, Erica Gagnon has dropped behind the play, is a Gaiter. I think that was Gabrielle Rousseau. No, pardon me, that was Nelly Vignon-Sargent. And Bishop's bench may be thinking there could have been a call there. There was not, though, as the Gaiters look to weather the pushback from UBC here, Renner.
Yeah, and once again, Shantreat Bassi, a one-man show out there.
Yeah, she had a great play to get the puck into the zone, lost it momentarily, stole it right back, and forced Gagnon into a great save. Now right down the middle, Turcotte. Turcotte to the backhand, and it's wide. Justine Turcotte back to the top of the zone now. Rousseau shot from the point, kicked into the corner by Huggins. Santerre. Turcotte. Santerre, one-timer. Oh, what a shot that was. She got away. Now maybe a 2-on-1 with Bentinol leading the way for UBC. Bentinol goes wide, swings it in front, but it was in behind Gaskell, who had jumped up into the play. End-to-end we go. The top two offensive teams, two of the top two offensive teams in the country, not disappointing. Dropped in behind the play, a Thunderbird on the ice. I think that was Baird, and UBC's bench thought there should have been a call. Back out to center ice. Kanisha Miswagen. Cross ice pass. In on goal, a hard shot there. Perrier's shot was gloved down by Gagnon. Miswagen at the line. Shooting zone is there, but she fired it wide through the legs. Sent back down low by LaPlante. Sierra LaPlante will get a change with that dump in for her forward unit. Out at center ice, the puck once again is Santerre. Backhands it in. Fontaine to chase. Into the feet of Garreau, and now knocked out at center ice. Fleming couldn't get past. Again, UBC's fans thought there should have been a call. And there is a stoppage here. Let's see what the stoppage is for. Maybe just a hand pass? Let's see.
I'm not sure. I haven't seen any signaling. I think that it might have popped out and hit a player's glove that was hanging over the bench.
Yeah, just out of play. And yeah, you can see Graham Thomas right in the ear of the officials here. He wants some explanation on why there were no calls there on the two Thunderbirds that were spilled about 30 seconds apart in the offensive zone. UBC has yet to have a power play chance, and we saw the difference in this game so far is the power play goal from Santerre from Bishops. Elliott in her feet, turned back at center ice. Here comes Fontaine. She was stood up at the blue line, sent back in there by Brassard. Jacqueline Fleming races to it, pokes it out. Unable to find it was Fleming, though. Annalise Wong couldn't find it either. Now she's got it. Up ahead it comes for Elliott. Elliott goes wide. Elliott barrels in on goal. The backhand stopped as Elliott is dumped behind the net heavily as she came together there with Angelique Paget, the fifth-year sports study major from Laurentian, as the physicality picks right up.
Yeah, I think
yeah. So Rinner, the nastiness picking up. Bishops has the lead. You're watching U Sports on CBC. CBC Sports is home of university sports in Canada. Catch the best U Sports men's hockey teams as they face off in the 2025 U Sports BioSteel U Cup in Ottawa. Action is underway today on CBC Gem, CBCSports.ca, and CBC Sports YouTube. Big upset in that men's bracket last night, as well as the defending national champion UNB Varsity Reds were eliminated in double overtime by the hosts Ottawa GGs. Just like here, Rinner, where the number 1 seed went down to the number 8 host, as Bishops up 2-1. This one's played by a high stick. They will look for the 3rd slot in the national semifinal. So the first national semifinal set for Saturday afternoon, that'll be Concordia and Waterloo in a rematch of last year. And the second quarterfinals, the second semifinals will have its combatants settled this afternoon and this evening, as the 2 winners will face off Saturday night. Concordia won that semifinal against Waterloo last year 3-1. Michaud couldn't play that one, and Thorpe is away. Thorpe, oh, what a great play by Michaud to lift the stick. On ahead, Bolduc leads the rush to the backhand, Paget. Now a backhand shot from Bolduc. It was blockered away. Huggins was sharp again. Now Thorpe steals. Bentnall goes to the front of the net. Thorpe, Bentnall, backhand, stopped by Gagnon. Pass was behind her, so she had to spin around and get the backhand away. It gave Gagnon just enough time to slide across and make the save.
Great display of skill to keep possession on that spinorama, a little nifty move. No surprise given her experience. She spent 2 years at Minnesota Duluth and another 2 at Colgate. She also represented Team China and won a double IHF championship in 2022 for the Division I Group B division. So very successful, very experienced player in championship settings.
Yeah, Bentnall definitely with lots of experience in high leverage situations, as it's rolled back in by Daphne Boutin. One and done as Wong clears the zone. Back for it, and icing is the call as Reagan Garreau wins the race.
Grace Elliott, obviously, very successful season for herself. I think also standing at 6'2", sometimes players will think that they can bounce into you and take a little bit of an extra run. So she seems very cool-headed and doesn't let that get the best of her, clearly with the success that she's had on the offensive end so far this season.
Yeah, outstanding season from Elliott. There she is as she chips ahead to Wong. Had it stripped from her by Santerre, though, and right back into the UBC zone it comes. Pepler on ahead for Wong. Wong rifles it in. Cameron Johnson. On ahead, Santier now. Maud Pepin tries to steal there from Gaskell, but Gaskell was able to lift the stick, and now here comes Grace Elliott, but at the end of her shift, she'll just touch it on in and go for a change. Circling back is Reagan Garreau. A little bit of miscommunication there as she tried to break it out with Laforme. Stolen by UBC. Puck bounces to the front of the net, but it's swept back into the corner. Page, she couldn't work it out. Now finally on the backhand, Laforme out to center ice. And now Laforme will skate on after it, barreling down on Jalen Morris. Garreau at the line. Puck bobbled on her, couldn't get it up and gone, and now maybe a 2-on-0 if UBC hurries. Gaskell in front of the backhand, stopped by Garon, pardon me. And Gagnon is slow to get up. She took a heavy collision there. As Healy will go to the bench. UBC with their best chance of the second period. That one pops over the glass and out of play. As a rush that looked dangerous. Erica Gagnon had to be strong and also looks a little shaken up. Maybe no worse for wear.
Yeah, that was a rough collision. You see the referee over, checking on her, making sure she's all right. It looks like she's still good to go, but yeah, hopefully not too shaken up from that one.
Off the drop. Kicked on ahead by Fontaine. Fontaine drifts it in. Cote. In behind the net. Sierra LaPlante will skate onto it first. Cote and her feet. Back in for LaPlante. Bassi now, little one touch. On for Kordic. Kordic tries to drive the net, and Kordic cut off again heavily towards the net front. Daphne Boutin tried to keep her to the outside and was able to do so. UBC trying to assert some physicality in front of Erica Gagnon. UBC has to be careful there not to get an early change and play the puck. Bassi was shoved off stride there. Mackenzie McCallum at center ice couldn't get the puck deep. It's sent back into the UBC zone. And they're going to say from the other side of center ice, so icing the call against Bishops here as we creep toward the end of the second period.
Yeah, Adam, I think it's getting a little bit scrappy out there. Seeing the physicality pick up. I think some complaints maybe coming from both benches, but
yeah, the Gators maybe not super happy about how physical the drives have been here in the second period of the net front. That's maybe UBC's ticket to get back into this game, is try to take the puck to the net and go through Gagnon. Morris back in her own zone. Maud Pepin on her. To the far side and on the backhand, Cassandra Bettenall will dump it back down the ice. Good draw weight though, no icing. Centering feed now, in front. Bettenall was robbed. Once again, Gagnon makes the save. Puck just bounces out. On the delayed offside, it's bounced out to center ice, and Santerre skates onto it. Little drop for Pepin. Pepin tried to go down low, Santerre, but it was cut off, and now UBC away 3-on-2. Jalen Morris leads the rush. Bettenall is there too. Bettenall with some room, all the way down off the board, scores! The C's part for Cassandra Bettenall, and UBC has the equalizer.
Number 7, the fifth-year Masters of Business Analytics, gets her second goal of the postseason here to tie it up 2-2 between Bishops and UBC.
What a rocket that was, and just a bit of a defensive zone lapse maybe by Bishops there, Rinner, because Bentnall was forced to the outside on the rush, and then the seas parted. She was able to march right down through the face-off dot and get about 18 feet or so above the crease of Erica Gagnon, which allowed her to pick that far side blocker, glove side, on Gagnon, who'd been brilliant in the second period. So we're back even once more in a script that's followed similar to the first period, where Bishops gets an early goal and UBC gets one in the closing minutes. See if it finishes the same way, or do one of these teams have a lead after 40 minutes? Bodies fly deep, and a penalty is coming up now to Bishops, I think, as a Thunderbird was dumped. Trying to see who that was. I think it was Annalise Wong, who was feet overhead, and UBC, just tying the game, will now go to the power play as Annika Lafreniere is penalized.
This will be the first UBC power play we see the game, and you're right, Adam, it was Annalise Wong that got dumped there. Dangerous power play for UBC, as I mentioned before, third nationally. They're sitting at 24% in the regular season and then a whopping 39% in the postseason, so looking for them to capitalize here.
Back to the power play for the first time here. UBC looking for their lead. Bassi back to the line. Annalise Wong. Now to Fleming. Fleming, Elliott down low. Elliott circles and waits for a lane to open. Grace Elliott all the way to the far side. Now Sean-Reed Bassi. Sean-Reed Bassi, in front it comes, and it was behind Elliott. Couldn't get a stick on it, and away the Gators are shorthanded. 3 wide, but content just to get it inside the line is Justine Turcotte. Bishops gets a full change of the penalty kill unit. Annalise Wong. On ahead, Bassi. Stood up at the line there and cleared once again, this time by Cote. Jalen Morris to Bassi, couldn't handle that pass, and again the Gators were able to clear. Already 60 of the 120 seconds gone in the power play for UBC. Jalen Morris back behind the net. Sets up the breakout for the Thunderbirds. Dangerous pass, but it connects to Cordick. Mackenzie Cordick. Trailer McCallum, and McCallum couldn't get a shot away. Now off the bench, another shot there came through from Gaskell, but it was blocked. Gaskell spins it down low. Intercepted there by Laforme, and she'll get a clear as the Gators alleviate the pressure. Thorpe spins it to this near side. Mackenzie McCallum at center ice. Cross ice was in behind Gaskell. Sent back in, and chasing is Rousseau. Works it all the way up to the line for Vignon-Sargent. Penalty is now over. Back to full strength is Bishops. Here's Kaylee Pepler. On ahead, but offside are the Thunderbirds as Hannah Perrier skates onto that puck. So the Thunderbirds unable to get their first lead of the afternoon in the power play.
Yeah, that was Perrier that jumped the gun a little bit on that bank pass, but she would have had a great opportunity on an odd man rush there if that had it connected. A little too premature. We'll see Bishops take the face off here.
Rousseau inside of her own line. Turn back again as UBC on the forecheck looks to get a lead here in the last minute and change. Carmen behind her own net, leaves it there. Mia Baird up ahead for Elliott. Elliott on the right wing side. Elliott cuts to the front. Oh, what a high shot that was. It was a ripper, but it was too high and off the glass. Santerre has a goal already in this period. Santerre wants more. Gabrielle Santerre goes wide. Santerre tried to backhand it in front, but the puck rolled on her. Huggins had the paddle down. Back out to center ice, 34 seconds and counting left in this period. Justine Turcotte will hop back into the offensive zone, tried to center the puck, but it was broken up by Baird. Baird on ahead to Perrier. Perrier on the left wing side. Driven wide, tries to pull up and center, but couldn't. Baird is there on the forecheck as well. Puck is in the feet of Santerre. Under 10 seconds to play, Santerre pulled down. Puck still loose. Bishop's just trying to make sure this doesn't get to the net front, and skated out of harm's way there by Regan Garreau. That will do it for period number 2. Another entertaining end-to-end 20 minutes of hockey with both teams scoring once, Rinner.
Yeah, you're right, and it was a very similar trend from the first period where, as you said, Bishop scores first and scores early, and UBC follows it up a little later in the period, but we find ourselves equal going into the intermission once again. It has been quite even across the board here. Apart from faceoffs, UBC really dominating here, 24 as opposed to Bishop's 15. So perhaps maybe how they've been able to take the game back into their hands a little bit. We have seen them tie up the shots. Obviously Bishop's almost double in shots going into that first intermission, and now unofficially tied at 14-14.
Yeah, it's 2-2 after 40 minutes. Let's send it down to Sarah Saeed, who's got Graham Thomas, the UBC coach.
I'm with head coach of the UBC Thunderbirds, Graham Thomas. Coach, UBC has had a lot of success this season, and you've managed to even up the score twice in this game. What are you doing to keep that success going here today?
Yeah, I think we just got to stick to our game plan. We're playing hungry and getting a great response, right? We know that they're a great team over there, and so when they, if they score or anything happens, it doesn't go our way, we got to push back the very next shift, and it's just one shift at a time mentality.
And you've been here before in the national championships. What are you telling the team going into the third?
Just stay composed and calm. Just have fun. Enjoy the moment. And like I said, just kind of make sure we're sticking to our process and our game plan, and just enjoying every minute of it. It's a lot of fun. It's a great atmosphere and great game.
Thanks, Coach. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Sarah. After 40 minutes, 2-2 the score, as Bishops and UBC exchange goals in both the first and the second. They will look to try to find the go-ahead goal in the third period and a ticket to the national semifinal. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
We are athletes.
Do you know what Husky athletes are made of?
Determination.
Hustle. Resilience. We're part of a team and a community.
We work hard for every goal.
And every grade.
Do you know what Husky athletes become?
Pharmacists.
Teachers.
Professionals.
Olympians.
When you invest in student athletes, you invest in the future.
When you elevate her, you elevate the game.
Watch women win.
Everyone watches Husky women's sports. See her,
be her.
This is a call to empower, to unite, and to celebrate the bold in all their glory. It's time to own the ice. Are you ready?
No way! Thank you. Are you serious? Merci, wow. I can't believe I won. It's crazy. Oh, that's great to hear. I just love the game, and I'm just so thankful.
Where exceptional student athletes are born, where records are broken, where great plays are made, where school colors ignite passion, where champions prevail. where tradition is celebrated. Ontario University Athletics.
Hey, U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Welcome back to the Dan Snyder Memorial Arena, the Woolwich Memorial Centre. Quarterfinal number 3 of the 2025 Miller Waste U Sports Women's Hockey Championship. Grace Elliott, the league MVP, had a couple of golden chances in that second period, but Erica Gagnon had the answers for her. Last year's Player of the Year, as we saw there, is going to get on the board with a power play goal. Gabrielle Santerre, she gave the lead to Bishops on the power play, and a rifle shot set up by the Rookie of the Year, Daphne Boutin. That put Bishops back in front 2-1. UBC was able to bounce back and get the equalizing goal. This was part of the end-to-end action. We saw Turcotte unable to stuff it past Huygens there, as UBC eventually did find that equalizer. We're tied 2-2 heading into the third period. Well, it's time now for our U Sports Champion Spotlight, brought to you by PepsiCo Foods Canada. Today we sit down with Cole McKay, winner of the AUS Student Athlete Community Service Award, to learn more about what the UNB Red holds close to his heart. We will hear from Cole right now.
I'm from a small town in Ontario, Sault Ste. Marie. Grew up playing hockey from, almost the time I could walk, and it's a family pastime. I have an older brother. My mom, dad are great. Everyone's in the family is so supportive. I like to think I'm an outgoing person. I work really hard, care about my teammates, my friends, girlfriend, parents, everyone. So I'm just a really attentive and caring guy, I think, and I like to have fun in doing whatever I'm doing, whether that be at the rink, something to have fun with at school, at the library, wherever it is. So I'm just always trying to enjoy myself, see the best in every situation, and have fun in my university years right now. Within Ontario, there's a few schools that try to recruit me, and there was all good options. There's so many good universities in Canada, and but then when UNB called, the first phone call, I knew it was a special place, both to get your degree, but also, continue your trajectory as a hockey player. And it worked out just as planned. And as you know, that's not always the case. And throughout your life, things happen. Hockey Gives Blood is an initiative through Canadian Blood Services. Stu Middleton, he's based out in Western Canada. He kind of recruited me, amongst plenty of others across Canada, to join and be an ambassador for the program. So what it is pretty much is using our platforms, athletes. So starting in the CHL and the OHL, we kind of have notoriety within our communities. So kind of leveraging that to just promote awareness, promote people that, help, first of all, how easy it is to donate blood, how important it is, and to share stories of how it truly changes people's lives. I look back just personally on how I got where I am today, and there's so many people that helped me along the way. It starts with my parents, but it goes into, teachers, coaches, trainers, doctors, nurses, there's everyone. But as you go through your life, there's certain people that make a significant impact. And volunteering is something that a lot of people just misstep, and they don't give the credit it deserves, I don't think. So as young people, you kind of got to reflect, realize how you got where you are today, and just say, okay, well, I'm going to do my part now and kind of give back to the community. We're very lucky. Help somebody achieve their goals like people help me achieve mine. Find your passion and just give back. And we're super lucky to be in the position we are, to be able to play a sport and go to school. And it's just super important to give back, in my opinion.
In intermission, 2-2 in the first quarterfinal game between UBC and Bishops. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
Hey, changemakers. Change it up. Turn ideas into action. Passion into purpose. And questions into real solutions. Because whatever path you choose, here, you'll make an impact and get ready to change the world. Make your change. Discover your story at Waterloo.
This is a call to empower, to unite, and to celebrate the bold in all their glory. It's time to own the ice. Are you ready?
Feel every hit, goal, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline, immersing you in the game like never before, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. We deliver unparalleled simplicity and tailor-made digital broadcasting solutions crafted to make you feel every moment in a way like never before. Our passionate team ensures your message reaches audiences reliably every time. Proudly Canadian, we bring a touch of innovation and our passion to the world stage. ISI Live, be there.
Hey, U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Oh, 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 aussi bon que Messi! C'est pas aussi mauvais que la cigarette, ça?
C'est juste une vapoteuse.
Fais-toi pas d'illusions.
Vapoter, c'est jouer avec sa santé. Brise l'illusion.
At Miller Waste, we're proud to sponsor the 2025 U Sports Women's Hockey Championship. There is lots of trash talk on the ice. At Miller Waste, we talk trash every day. We serve over 2 million Ontario households weekly, transforming more than 175,000 metric tons of recyclables and organic waste into reusable resources. Proudly Canadian, family owned, always driving hard to the net. Let's make a difference. Game on.
U Sports on CBC, presented by les championnats U-Sport à Radio-Canada, une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada, Nike, Fox 40, Veriburn Medical Supplies, Les Bagues Baron Rings, BioSteel, and by par les systèmes Miller Waste Systems.
St. Jacobs, Ontario, part of Woolwich Township here in the region of Waterloo. A lot of the teams staying in the St. Jacobs area as well, as we are back in quarterfinal number 3 between the Bishops Gaiters and the UBC Thunderbirds. Adam McGuire Paige Rinn and Sarah Saeed with you, and take a look at those goals. This is Santier's power play goal, Renner, and she got a really good shot away from a good angle and picked the far side.
Yeah, it was an absolute snipe, and we could see all the traffic that Bishop's also had in front of Hughes there.
And this was the UBC equalizer. Bentnall on the rush was able to walk right into the bottom of the circle, and she too, with a laser shot that picked the far side under the glove of goaltender Erica Gagnon. So that's our scoring summary in the second period. Santier at 7:39, Bentnall at 15:37. Santerre on the power play. Shots 8-4 in favor of UBC. As I thought, Renner, that they kind of tipped the ice in their favor, did the Thunderbirds, in the second half of that period. Again, after Bishop's got the jump on them early on.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they put the forecheck on and caught Bishop's back on their heels a little bit. Bishop's seemed unable to break it out of their own end at times, and as a result, we saw UBC get a lot more opportunities in and around the net. They were managed to put one into the back of the net, but there were quite a few close chances that they had.
Here's our stats after 2 periods of play. 14-14 the shots. Power plays. Bishop's 1 for 2. UBC 0 for 1. And UBC finally did get their chance on the power play. They were pleading for a call or two in that second period. They finally got their chances. And as we know, the Thunderbirds have a dangerous power play, one of the best in the country, 24.3, but they were unable to cash on their lone advantage in that second period and of the afternoon.
Yeah, Bishop's just shutting them down, putting the penalty kill to good use there. UBC unable to come away with a power play goal there. But as you said, still tied up 2-2. Obviously, highly anticipated moment for both of these teams. This is where every team in university women's hockey team in Canada aspires to be at the end of the season. So I anticipate we will see things start to heat up a little bit. We talked about the physicality that came in, and especially in the second period of play, and I think that upwards trajectory will just continue on, and we will see it get a little bit gritty out here as both teams fight to continue on that gold medal path.
Yeah, the physicality definitely picked up in that second period as UBC pushed for a moment for the equalizer until they finally got it. Then they had the chance in the power play to try to leap in front. They were unable to do so. Both teams, though, lots of chances, and I think so far in the early goings of this tournament, we're only 3 games in and 3 out of 4 quarterfinals, but Elise Huggins and Erica Gagnon, really strong performances, some of the best saves we've seen so far in this tournament in this afternoon matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. They have both been covering the entire net, standing tall, and really a backbone and difference maker in this game, honestly. Both of them are for each of their respective teams.
Yeah, the Thunderbirds and the Gaiters, both similar statistics in wins and losses as far as their offensive output. For the Gaiters, in their wins, they've averaged 5 goals a game. In their losses, just 2.27 goals a game. UBC in their wins, 4.12 goals a game, but in their losses, just 1.33 goals. Offense was the problem in the series against Alberta, the Canada West final as well for UBC, as the offense kind of dried up. They just scored 1 goal in that 2-game series, 2 overtime losses, 1-0 and 2-1. As that one's knocked down in front of the net, Pepin couldn't get it to go on the backhand as she was tied up neatly by Sierra LaPlante. Fleming back in over the line. Boutin deflects her into the corner. Wong was shoved down to the ice, and Santerre finds the loose biscuit and pulls it in behind the net. On the far side, Pepin cut off. And now UBC on the counter. Meadow Carmen through the neutral zone, and Wong staying on side is Sandilands, but her pass cut off, and Naomi Cote is away. Bolduc. Marjorie Bolduc tries to center it. It was too far behind Cote. Grace Elliott left it there. for Sandilands. Sandilands tries to cut to the middle. It was 1-on-3 as UBC was changing. So she didn't have the puck support she needed. Garreau at center ice. Bolduc in behind her. Bolduc. Check comes from Shanrit Bassi, but Bolduc turns away. Calmly allows Neda Vigneault-Sargent to sweep up. Now she gave the puck away. Bassi's on the attack. In front and through the crease it went. Mackenzie McCallum was unable to get a stick on that. Annelique Paget couldn't clear the zone. Morris kept it in. Her shot blocked there from Vigneault-Sargent. UBC with a little bit of zone time and pressure now. Shanrit Bassi couldn't center the puck. And it's finally chipped up and out as Bishops will finally alleviate the pressure. Vigneault-Sargent dumps it in. Mackenzie Kordick turns it right back into the Bishop zone. As Protamati up ice. Santerre drops it. Button hook Lafreniere. Boutin makes a move. Boutin, sharp angle. That one blocked into the corner. Santerre gets it back. Santerre. Cameron Johnson, her shot into the traffic in front, and it nearly pinballed in. Lafreniere was stationed in front of the net and hit her and nearly jumped past Huggins. Here's the captain, Santerre. Lafreniere, who just missed on the doorstep. Leaves it for Santerre. Santerre, her shot, glove stop by Elise Huggins, who will hold for the faceoff.
Yeah, Bishop's doing a really good job at getting eyes in front of Huggins. She has definitely been tested, but one thing I'd also notice about both of these teams is that neither of them have found much success so far in connecting on those cross-ice passes, Adam, but I do think it'll just take one that could be the difference maker in this game. There's been so many opportunities. We just saw a great one by Bassi there that they couldn't connect on, but I feel like one's coming.
Yeah, UBC seems to be kind of knocking at the door a little bit in the early going here. Bishop's one of the best counter teams, though, and they're going to try to do it right now. Santerre centered it in front. Garreau was streaking to the net front, but she couldn't get a stick on the puck. Santerre will finally go back to the bench. Maybe a double shift for the captain in this third period as these two teams fight for their chances at a national crown. Meadow Carmen swept off of her stick and back down the ice. Delayed icing. It's going to be waved off, though. Some more good draw weight. It is curling season. No icing against the Thunderbirds, pardon me. Maya Healy now turns. Healy, Perrier in front. And it's going to be stopped and held by Erica Gagnon as the T-Birds start to tilt the ice again their way a little bit, Rinner.
Yeah, they've been very dangerous on the odd man rushes. We've seen a lot of 2-on-1s, 3-on-1s that they have come within inches of finding the back of the net or connecting to have a really solid opportunity. So I agree, Adam. I think it's tilted in their favor right now.
Chasing it into the corner, Sandilands. In behind the net, Kordick. Kordick all the way to the top of the zone, kept it in. Sandilands turned and he fanned on it. Sandilands, she had a wide open chance at the high slot, but the puck just rolled as she tried to pivot and get a forehand on goal. Now it's skated out at center ice by Noemi Fontaine. Fontaine all the way down in deep, but cut off. Sophia Gaskell starts the breakout for UBC. Kordick leaves for Sandilands. Sandilands shot blocked. Cameron Johnson got a shin pad on that. Fontaine with it once more. Out to center ice. Fontaine will hit the red line and shoot it on in cross corner. Trying to get some sustained zone time here are the Gaiters. LaPlante plays it away. Now Kordick. Kordick, her shot high and wide on the glove side. LaPlante can't force it towards the front of the net. Now nearly a giveaway. It is. Perrier. Oh, she couldn't find the puck, though. A great play by Jordan Laforme. Just at the last moment to get a stick on Perrier as she had blown a tire. Perrier behind the net. Perrier tries to center it in front. Puck is bouncing. Unable to shoot it towards the goaltender. Gagnon was either UBC forward there. McCallum. Her wrister scores! McCallum curls off the half wall. Put it on net. Might have pinballed off a Gator, but UBC has their first lead of the afternoon.
Kenzie McCallum, fifth-year Masters of Science student from Morden, Manitoba, shoots it through the bodies out front to give UBC their first lead of the game here.
It might have hit Angelique Paget just on the pant maybe, or the lower back, as it looked like it changed angle a little bit, didn't it, Renner?
Yeah, on that, it looked like there was a little redirect when they played the replay there.
But McCallum led the handshake line at the bench, which means no UBC player got a stick on it. Must have hit a Gator, and it might have been Paget trying to clear out the net front. It was the right play from Paget to clear that net front out, but the puck just clipped her on the way by and deflected past Gagnon. UBC is up 3-2. And now here's Elliott looking for more. Back to the line, nearly giving it away there, but holding the line just long enough was Kaylee Pepler as Carmen rips it right back in on goal. Elliott with a steal. Puck was stripped from her, though, and now Santerre takes it from Pepin and shoots it in. Up ahead, center ice. Touched in by Boutin. Daphne Boutin now opens up for a passing lane as cranking it up is Vigneault Sargent. On to Cote. Vigneault Sargent. Boutin behind her. She's going to shoot, though. Puck is still loose in the crease. Down is Huggins, but nobody can find the puck. Finally cleared off the glass, but not out. Kept in. To the near side, Boutin. Bolduc. Her shot blocked. Second try. That one doesn't get through either. Blocked again by 3 Thunderbirds in front of the net. Finally, offside the call, or maybe it clipped a T-Bird on the bench. But a pushback from Bishops. They weren't able to really get anything through, though, as UBC now, Renner, starts to collapse in front of their goaltender.
Yeah, and that seems to be a common trend throughout this game. UBC 13 block shots so far in this game. Sorry, 14 updated after that most recent shift, as opposed to only 4 for Bishops. So, yeah, UBC really doing everything they need to do to try and get the win here.
Getting in the lanes as Pro-Paton-Mati shoots it in. Right back into the UBC zone. Another one of those strange bounces off the kick plate. Huggins is careful, though. And Kordic. Lead pass up ahead, Bazzi. Bazzi cuts to the middle, and she's going to draw a penalty. Delayed call coming up as Bishops touches the puck up. And the skill and speed of Sean-Reid Bazzi, the fifth-year arts student from Lake Country, BC. That was a great play to try to open up some offensive opportunity for her. She's going to draw the penalty.
Yeah, she's such a dynamic forward. We saw her take a hard cut back to the middle, and then looking like a fish out of water, except the water's frozen as she got her feet absolutely swiped out from underneath there. But we will see UBC back to their second power play of the game here.
0 for 1 in the afternoon are UBC. The guilty party is Jordan Laforme, is penalized for the trip. Morris, her wrister, that hit a body in front. It was Gabrielle Rousseau who blocked it. Now Santerre shorthanded, maybe a 2-on-1 with Pepin. Santerre shorthanded, and she'll fire it right into the Thunderbird crest of Elise Huggins.
Bishops, only 2 shorthanded goals in the regular season. One of them did come from Santerre, so she might be the one to do it if they are to get the equalizer while they are down a man here.
Huggins with one of those textbook saves, just square to the puck and saw it right into the B of the UBC on her jersey. Jacqueline Fleming, and now behind the play, a penalty. Elliott's going to get called for interference. Oh, that's a really unfortunate call for UBC, and Grace Elliott doesn't like it. Didn't see what happened. It was behind the play, but to take a penalty when you're already up, trying to extend the lead in a game like this. Let's take a look at the replay here, Rinner.
Yeah, interference play. We saw in the middle of the neutral zone, it looked like she kind of got in the way of one of the Bishops players. Unclear whether that was intentional or incidental, but nonetheless, we will see it even 4v4 here for a minute and a half, and then we'll see a Bishops power play for 30 seconds.
Yeah, don't want to, editorialize too much here, but didn't seem like there was a lot there, Rinner, in that call. The Bishops player didn't even really spill to the ice, so they call the pick play behind the play. 4-on-4 we will play. Here's McCallum. She has the go-ahead goal for UBC, but she can't find the puck. It's turned back in behind the net by Paget. Angelique Paget. Paget goes wide. Stolen there in front of the bench, though. Fleming, 2-on-1. It's Fleming's shot. That one stopped. I don't know if Fleming knew that Gaskell was with her. As she just hit the shot high, it was fought off by the glove hand of Gagnon. Daphne Boutin. In front of her own net now, will circle back. Boutin, a little bump back for Santerre. Santerre picks her way in, but she's stick checked there by Annalise Wong. Morris now. Morris gains the line. Morris goes wide on Rousseau. Morris still with it. Official falls down. Now from the line, walking all the way in. Wong's shot deflects, and pouncing on it there is Gagnon. She took a shot as she reached for that puck, but she will cover up and hold for the faceoff. The first penalty over now, and so to a brief power play is Bishops.
Wong, great recognition on that play. You saw her put her head up, take a look around, recognize the time and space that she had, take a few steps in, and get a shot off on net with the traffic in front. And we almost saw that one go in, but yes, the Bishops penalty is over, so we will see a Bishops power play for 20 seconds here.
Going to try to get into the zone as quickly as they can. Regan Garreau gains the line. Garreau circles wide. Garreau still with it. Now back to Rousseau. To the near side. Fontaine, Rousseau, her shot wide of the net. In front, Lafreniere shot that one wide and played with a high stick. Penalty is over, and a stoppage here as we will take our last break. Should be a great finish here as UBC finally has their first lead. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
Le sport en direct sur ICTou.tv. 100% énergie. 100% gratuit. Votre meilleur plan de match pour voir des performances exceptionnelles sur l'appareil de votre choix. C'est ICTou.tv.
This is a call to empower, to unite, and to celebrate the bold in all their glory. It's time to own the ice. Are you ready?
Welcome back to the Woolwich Memorial Centre. Next game, the final quarterfinal, will be tonight between UNB and Toronto at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. The second seed Varsity Blues, champions of Ontario. UNB The finalists of the AUS will finalize the last national semifinal combatant. They will play, the winner of that game will play the winner of today's affair, and UBC is 9 minutes and 15 seconds away from punching their ticket into the semifinal. Boutin cross ice. Bishops would love to have a say in that. In behind the net, turning away from pressure is Kanisha Miswagon. Couldn't work it out. And now trying again is Chanrit Bassi on that far side. Santerre has the puck but is bodied off. And UBC is back away through the neutral zone. Chipped in there by Mackenzie Cordick, the fifth-year arts student out of Edmonton, but she was on the wrong side of center. So icing is the call against UBC.
Yeah, once again, we'll see the officials drag some UBC players back out onto the ice that tried to sneak off with that delayed icing. So Bishops looking to take advantage of some tired legs on the UBC side that might be stuck out on the ice.
Gaiters looking for the equalizer. Both the quarterfinal games yesterday were, by the time the third period was around this stage, a 3-goal game. Both the afternoon and evening affairs is icing again against UBC. They're stuck back out, so this is maybe our first nail-biter coming up here, winner of the tournament.
Yeah, obviously Concordia with the 5-2 win, and then the Warriors 3-0 over Alberta. You're correct, Adam. 3-goal differential in both of those.
Waterloo's third goal was later in that game, but nevertheless, a 1-goal game in the third, something we haven't seen just yet. Garreau rolled that towards net, and it was just wide. 2 Gaiters try to get sticks on it. At center ice, and it pops back up into the UBC bench for another stoppage here.
UBC finally able to get some fresh legs out on the ice after those 2 consecutive delayed icing calls.
Yeah, big for UBC to weather that storm. Santerre to take the faceoff against Jacqueline Fleming. Fleming getting some vociferous instructions from the official. Shot back into the UBC zone, and Huggins isn't going to take any chances. Elise Huggins, the 4th-year kinesiology major from Sherwood Park, Alberta, has had a brilliant afternoon. She's been beaten twice, but 3 or 4 10-bell saves. Santerre, her shot, that one ricochets high and just crawled over the crossbar. Elliott now barrels down on Boutin. Boutin protects the puck and goes near side for Turcotte. Turcotte off the foot of Elliott and back into the Bishop zone. Naomi Cote. Cote shoots it on in and will chase herself. Cote bodies LaPlante into the end boards. LaPlante, though, no harm. Back up and at center ice will shoot it in. Bouncing puck, carefully played away there by Gagnon. Regan Garreau blew a tire, but she's back on her feet and back out to center ice. UBC, though, no further than that do they allow the Gaiters. Back on the attack, Thunderbirds. Bolduc in behind the net. We'll try to settle it down for Bishops to get a breakout here. This has been a troubling part for Bishops here in the third period, is trying to get the puck through the neutral zone with possession. Garreau, finally they do have possession in the offensive zone. Kept in by Laforme. Swung in front but knocked away before it could connect. That was from the far side, Pepin, and UBC clears the zone once more. Jordan Laforme along the boards to Garreau. Picked off there by Thorpe, but offside the call against UBC.
Thorpe going offside on herself. Her reflexes got the better of her She seemed to not be able to stop herself from receiving that pass on the wrong side of the blue line.
Neutral zone draw. Getting down to crunch time here in Elmira. Outstanding hockey community, of course. For those not familiar, home of the Elmira Sugar Kings in the Greater Ontario Junior Hockey League. It's classified Junior B, but the top Junior B league by far in this country. Sugar Kings have been part of this community for decades, and this community, no surprise, they've embraced this tournament. UBC now on the attack, looking to embrace their 1-goal lead here and keep the pressure down to make sure that Bishops can't mount a comeback. Daphne Boutin through center ice. Vignal Sargent makes a move, but she's 1-on-3. She's going to wait for some help from the bench. Vignal Sargent turns and is checked there by the captain LaPlante. Vignal Sargent tried to turn it back, but Turcotte couldn't keep it in the zone. Regan Garreau lost control. Bodied off the puck there is Sandilands, no call. And chipping and chasing there past the defender is Sean-Reed Bassey, but offside the call as the Thunderbird Sandilands was dumped inside the line.
Yes, there's enough UBC parents here to get the grasp that the general consensus is that the people believe that that might have been a penalty. However, we will still resume with 5-on-5.
UBC would have loved to have the opportunity to double their lead. Santerre directing traffic now. Under 5 to play. I imagine Santerre won't come off the ice much here in the last few moments of this one. Santerre goes wide. Tries to center, and it was off a stick over the glass and out of play on the far side end boards.
Yeah, Adam, as you mentioned, that's a really interesting point about this tournament is no other time throughout this season do teams play 3 games within the span of 4 games. So especially players like Santerre, who we see get a lot of ice time, it gets tough towards the end of the weekend. And we will see a Bishops timeout here, I believe.
Yeah, that's just on that note, probably, Renner, as you're talking, Bishops wants to take the timeout to draw something up here. There's still 4:44 left. I don't imagine Gagnon will come out now, down just a goal, but it's maybe time that Valérie Bois thinks that she needs to recharge that top line just to have fresh legs out there to try to push for this equalizer.
Yeah, absolutely. And, that top line for Bishops in the regular season, forwards and defense included, produced just about 50% of their points in total when you tally it up. So they do rely heavily on that Santerre line with Rousseau and Boutin on the blue line to quarterback the power play.
Absolutely,
sorry,
yeah.
Regular 5-on-5 play.
Yeah, they have been outstanding as a fivesome. They are often on the ice together. And we won't see the goaltender Gagnon out. We'll see Fontaine on right now with Santerre and Pepin. Boutin on the back end, and this time with Justine Turcotte, who also had a great year. So we've got some extra firepower on the ice here for Bishops as they try to find an equalizing goal. You also mentioned it, Renner, as this one's cleared off the glass and out off a hand of Boutin, so no icing. The winner of this game, if they want to win the gold medal, will play 3 games in 3 days. Pepin behind the net. Here's Maud Pepin again up ahead for Boutin. Boutin tried to leave it there, but it was cut off and cleared by Grace Elliott. Santerre had her pocket picked by Elliott. Elliott now in the corner, plays it back to the line. Carmen. Santerre. Santerre, the end of a long shift, overskates that puck. Bodies fly. Fontaine picks it up. Finds Cote off the bench. Cote doesn't like what she sees, so she'll turn back at center ice. Under 4 to play. Puck knocked down at center ice, and here's Vigneault Sargent. She'll turn back. On to Garreau, gains the line, drops for Rousseau. Rousseau lost control of that puck. Bettenall looked to break out, but it was kept in. Garreau leaves it for, in the far side corner, Vigneault Sargent. She's stripped though, and back out to center ice it comes. Long lead pass, Vigneault Sargent has to turn away as Bishops changes. Doesn't have any help. It's rattled off the glass and back out to center ice. Boutin back on the ice and will get the puck back. Makes a move through the neutral zone. Daphne Boutin. Hacked again and now back out by UBC. Maya Baird, as UBC nearly caught with 6 skaters on the ice. Cuts it off and right back in. Maya Healy dumped that one in and gets the change finish for her. Laforme, she tried to chip and chase, couldn't get it in. Now Santerre. Santerre forces it on ahead. Under 3 to play. Well under 3. Gabrielle Rousseau down. She can't do anything as that one's deflected back inside the Bishops zone just as Erica Gagnon circles to the bench. Only 5 skaters on for Bishops for about 5 seconds there before they rectified that situation. 6 on 5 now. Cleared back out to center ice. Extra attacker on. Bishops will look for the equalizing goal. Noemi Fontaine. Noemi Fontaine is dropped. Puck is still in the zone though. Little give and go. Bounces back to Santerre. Fontaine. Turcotte. Now to Boutin. Boutin waits. Doesn't like the lane. Turcotte. She can't fire the puck. Her pass down low doesn't get through. Kept in by Boutin once and now swung the other way. Just wide of the net. What a play that was. As Jacqueline Fleming and Wong teamed up at the blue line. I think Wong was the one that was spun down and fired it towards the empty net. Just missed, but icing is the call against UBC.
Minute and 20 left to play here, and we will see Gagnon stay out of the net for Bishops as UBC seemingly takes their timeout here.
Yeah, the Thunderbirds want to take their 30-second timeout now to drop the defensive coverage, as it was going to be a nail-biting finish here. A minute and 20 seconds. Quarterfinal number 4, the last quarterfinal, will go tonight between the 7th seed UNB Varsity Reds and the 2nd seed Toronto Varsity Blues. The Blues, the defending national silver medalists. They won the OUA this year with the Macaw Cup victory over the Waterloo Warriors 3-2 last weekend, so they come in as the 2 seed. UNB, the favorites all season in AUS, but upended in their championship series by St. FX. They will come back tonight to see who plays the winner of this game on Saturday night in the national semifinal. Minute and 20 seconds left in this one. Big face-off to the left of Huggins. And Fleming won it for UBC. Mischwagen tied up in her feet. Grace Elliott tries to work it out. Noemi Fontaine is there too, trying to dig it free for Bishops. Pepin knocks it out. Santerre goes cross ice, but it was intercepted by Wong. Knocked down by Daphne Boutin. Back in, under a minute to go. In the zone, but nothing towards the net front yet. Pepin back to the line. Turcotte, Pepin, dumped there. In front of the net was a Gator. Turcotte, cross ice. Santerre, backdoor, they score! Tipped in front with 31.7 seconds left. Annika Lafreniere knots it up for Bishops.
The first year out of Ottawa former Nepean Junior Wildcat, scores her first of the national championships here on a redirect of a shot from the point. The equalizer, as it is now a 3-3 game with 30 seconds left to play here in this third quarterfinal match.
Created by Gabrielle Santerre, who might have been looking backdoor, in fact, Rinner, but got the tip right in front by Annika Lafreniere. 5 goals in her first season during the regular year, none bigger than that one. With 31 seconds left, as we will creep our way towards the final buzzer here of regulation. 10 seconds left as Bishops maybe looking for the equalizer, but cannot find it. Flipped out at center ice, and delayed icing will not come until the end of the third. So, regulation over, and overtime incoming. Take another look at that equalizing goal here, Rinner. Santerre put it towards the front of the net. 3 Gaiters were there, and Lafreniere got a nice little tip through the legs of the goaltender, Elise Huggins. So a quick little breather here for both teams before we go to extra time.
Different angle here, we'll see this Lafreniere goal. It does look like she appeared to go back door, as she had a player there, but Lafreniere gets a stick on it before it makes it there and is able to redirect it into the back of the net.
So for these quarterfinals, the overtime format, it's 10 minutes sudden death and then on to the shootout. Same format as we saw for your bronze medal game last year, Rinner, against the Montreal Carabin, not to bring up scar tissue for you and the Warriors. Very similar situation though, up a goal late in the game.
Yeah.
And a little deflection in front that changed that one as well. So Bishops and UBC here knotted up 3-3 after 3.
Bishops with the momentum coming into this overtime period, getting that late goal. Adam, interestingly, it was almost like a polar opposite of what we saw the first 2 periods, where UBC scored first this time and then Bishops came back at the very end to tie it up. So definitely keeping us on our toes here as we head into overtime.
Yeah, UBC had their first lead. They got the early goal in the third after 2 late goals in the first 2 periods. So we are underway. It'll be 4-on-4 overtime for 10 minutes. And then, if nothing's decided, a shootout. Golden Path Trophy will be awarded on Sunday evening for the champion. Both these teams want to remain on the path to the Golden Path. Overtime underway here in Elmira. Cote goes wide and tries to swing it in front. It was in behind Justine Turcotte. Kept in for a moment by Bishops. Turcotte loses that puck, and now away on the far side is Gaskell. Elliott goes to the goal mouth, but Gaskell couldn't get her the puck. Boutin pins her check along the boards. Santerre will play it behind her own net as Elliott watches her. How's that picture? The last 2 U Sports Players of the Year. They'll both go to the bench at the same time and get a change for their respective units. Reagan Garreau. Fontaine on ahead, Garreau. Garreau goes wide. Tried to send it in front. Fontaine couldn't reach it. Garreau will pick it up in the corner. Fontaine Pinned along the end boards there near the corner. Worked out to the half wall, and now kicked along by Kordic behind her own net. Annalise Wong plays it back for her captain, Sierra LaPlante. Mackenzie Kordic inside her own line as she's watched by Rousseau. Meadow Carmen now. She's cut off before she could get the puck up by Vigneault Sargent. Nayla Vigneault Sargent doing great work along those boards, but it's finally jarred loose. And Kaylee Pepler has to spin back. Aspro Paltamati. She's in on goal and takes a shot. Is felled as it's easily steered away by Huggins. Sean-Reid Bassey turns it back in as UBC changes. So too to the forward pair for Bishops. Bolduc winds up on the right wing side, end to end. Bolduc centers it in front, and it was knocked away. Spun back to the line, but not out. Kept in by Boutin. Now it's down the ice, and Elliott's going to chase in after this one. No icing. Grace Elliott's going to get there first. She looked up, but Pepin cut her off. Took the puck and leads it up for Santerre. Santerre checked there as Elliott is back behind her own net. Plays it on for Jalen Morris. She's under duress. Morris is just able to move it on for Sophia Gaskell. Long lead pass, now Elliott. One-on-one Elliott. And a good stick check there from Gabrielle Rousseau. Elliott's at the end of her shift, and she loses control of the puck as back behind her own net scampers Gabrielle Rousseau. Angelique Paget. Paget goes wide. Drops at the line. Cote makes a move. Naomi Cote into the corner. Cote all the way around the net. Couldn't center the puck. It's high in the air into the far side corner. Fleming. Jacqueline Fleming lost control, but then it bounced back to Fleming, and she will crank it through the neutral zone. Garreau in arrears. Caught her from behind and helped get the puck back out to center ice. Very few stoppages here in this overtime. Cut off there is Perrier as Laforme is back with the puck. On the attack for Bishops. Laforme. Lafreniere on the near side. Lafreniere's shot. Oh, she didn't miss by much, and maybe Huggins got the blocking hand on that. Laforme. Cut off once more, and so back in her own zone for it is Fontaine. Fontaine with the forecheck pressure coming from Kordic. Fontaine able to move it away and finally get a little bit of room to move it to Boutin. Boutin, though, is fouled, gave away the puck to Wong. Annalise Wong to the line. Gaskell fakes. Gaskell in on goal. Backhand. Steered away. Didn't get much on the backhand, and Gagnon put it into the corner. Now Mackenzie Kordic wrestling there with Lafreniere. Physicality continues to pick up. Boutin is finally going to skate it away and just force it with one hand out to center ice. Gaskell right back on the attack. Winds and fires! And it's stopped and held by Erica Gagnon.
Erica Gagnon not happy about the little follow-up by Jalen Morris, but makes a stop on that one. Not clean into the glove. Almost a little bit of a bobble into the arm, so slightly maybe got away with one there that she didn't fully track all the way, but nonetheless, we will continue on until a goal is scored here.
Yeah, just about squeaked through between the glove and the top of the pad, but Gagnon shut the door. Maud Pepin. Cross ice. The entry from Rousseau is offside against the Gaiters.
Santerre caught just offside there. Face-offs so far evening up, starting to get closer together. UBC 33 wins, Bishop University 27 wins. So I think we're seeing that reflected a little bit in the play here and the momentum in general.
I think that's fair to say. 4:39 to play in the overtime. Here's the captain, Santerre. A brilliant afternoon from her. Gabrielle Rousseau at center ice. Under duress there from Shanreed Bassi. UBC turns it back up ice. LaPlante. Couldn't play it down low. Santerre has it. Bumps it to Turcotte, and Turcotte on ahead for Marjorie Boldu. Her wrister, that one's off a shin pad. Good block there. I think that was Bentinol that got a foot on that. Here's Bentinol at center ice. Just sends it back into her own zone for Meadow Carmen. Grace Elliott barges her way in, kicks it on. Elliott to the net front, centers it in front. Unable to get a shot away though was Bentinol. Was just in her feet and the puck hopped on her. Bolduc picks her way back into the offensive zone and drops for Garreau. Garreau to Bolduc. Bolduc gets it back. On to Reagan Garreau. Bishops wants a change in the offensive zone here. Garreau, with Carmen on her, is going to force the turnover as Carmen. And back to the blue line, but Cote speeds back for the puck, and now she's got some room. Cote, Santerre in the high slot, couldn't find the pass. Swept back out to center ice. Justine Turcotte goes to the near side, now picked off. Here's Wong, in alone, game on her stick, Wong! Oh, she shot it wide, the puck rolled on her. And a whistle as I think the net came off its moorings maybe. That close for Annalise Wong, the Richmond, BC native, to finish this one. But the puck just rolled on her when she went to the forehand.
Oh, I think that might have been the best chance so far that we've seen here in overtime, as Annalise Wong just could not finish that one off and tuck it away. Grade A scoring opportunity there.
27 minutes of choppy ice after a full day of action yesterday. And yeah, she went to the forehand, had room past the pad of Gagnon, and you can see in that replay the puck just rolled on edge, Rinner, and right over the forehand of Wong. So, a face-off in the offensive zone for UBC to Gagnon's left. Issue maybe with the clock they're trying to fix.
Does seem like that. Maybe a little bit of extra time off. Just in general here though, Adam, I think the pace of the game in this overtime has slowed down a little bit. It seems like we've gone from playing pinballs to maybe chess.
Yeah, you're right.
A lot more calm, calculated attacks that we're seeing here.
It does feel like nobody wants to make the mistake that might end up in the back of the net. Now 2-on-1 though for Bishop. Santerre leads it. Cote on the far side. Santerre scores! Bishops wins it into the semifinal. Go the Gators!
Santerre's second of the game. Wins it for the Gators in overtime. UBC's gold medal path seems to have come to an end. There's some deliberation. All the Gators players are out on the ice.
Let's take a look at the replay here. Santerre swept it through the feet, and nobody can find the puck. Where did it go? This is an interesting one here. It is a goal. They have located the puck, and it's behind Elise Huggins. Bishops and Gabrielle Santerre claim quarterfinal number 3 in dramatic fashion. The captain looked off the pass with Cote, put it on net, and I think it maybe deflected off the inside of the goaltender Huggins' knee as she had the pass coming across for her. It was a bit of a half pass, half shot there, Rinner. And high drama in Elmira this afternoon UBC was 31 seconds away from winning this game in regulation. Instead, it's the Gaiters who advance. The RSEQ champions are into the semifinal.
Yeah, Adam, just to go back on that last goal, very similar to the goal that we saw them score in the last 30 seconds of regulation play there. Santerre, once again, looked like she might have been going for a backdoor pass, but slipped it through the legs, tucked it away so good, even the referees couldn't find it. That's a 4-point game for Santerre. 2 goals, 2 assists. Proves why she was the Rookie of the Year, Player of the Year last year.
Yeah, she already has an extensive resume. As we mentioned, she won a silver medal with Team Canada's World University Games team this year, the FISU tournament. She was one of the leaders there, as we will now get the Mike Team Players of the Game. And we'll get UBC first here. I think UBC's got lots of contenders for this Player of the Game, but Elise Huggins was outstanding, regardless of who is named Player of the Game. As we take a look at some of the highlights here in overtime, UBC had a couple of chances, and especially the breakaway from Annalise Wong. This was the rip shot from Gaskill. Grace Elliott's going to be the Player of the Game for UBC. Elliott had a great season and a great performance this afternoon, despite the fact that UBC comes out on the short end of the stick. She was a force, even though she didn't find the back of the net. And Renner, I don't think there's much debate on the Player of the Game for Bishops.
I would agree with you on that.
Gabrielle Santerre, a dominant performance. A performance for the ages for this Bishops Gaiters program, making their first ever appearance at the National Championship Tournament. She sends her Gaiters on to the semifinal on Saturday night. And opponents still to be determined, but both RSEQ teams now have punched their ticket into the semifinal. And Toronto's going to try to make it an all Central Canada semifinal tonight, with Waterloo also having their semifinal ticket punched.
Yeah, Adam, as you mentioned before, UNB versus U of T, 4th quarterfinal tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time here on CBC.
Should be a great one again. As Bishops rescues their season. Aude Pepin opened the scoring. Santerre, a pair of goals, including the overtime winner. As the RSEQ champions get themselves a dramatic overtime win. Quarterfinal 3 is in the books. Thanks for joining us. Our next broadcast, as you mentioned, Ritter, tonight at 7 o'clock, UNB and U of T coming up tonight. On behalf of you, Paige Rinn and Sarah Said, and our entire U Sports on CBC crew, my name's Adam McGuire. Thanks for joining us from the Woolwich Memorial Centre, the Dan Snyder Memorial Arena. Once again, our final. The Bishops Gaiters, 4-3 winners over UBC in overtime.